In a world where cutting corners and implementing technology to facilitate that is the norm, students are forced to learn the same methods that have been prevalent in schools for decades. And today I will stress the importance of technology and having fun in the classroom, as well as what kind of benefits it will hold for the next generation. What's up, everybody? I'm Peter Vryonis, and today I'm just going to be breaking down the importance of technology and just having fun in the classroom, and how just having an overall nurturing environment is very conducive to success in the future for the next generation. Now, what has stood out to me upon doing some research is that the technology is there, and classrooms have been adapted to the new age with smartboards, with tablets, with computers, and so on. But are they using it? Are the teachers using it in an appropriate manner, and in a manner that's conducive to learning and conducive to adaptive learning, in a sense where are we really taking into account each and every child's specific needs and how they learn best? So here are a couple stats that really stood out to me, and I'll pop them up right now. 74% of teachers have digital game-based learning to enhance their lessons. Now, the technology is there, which is basically what this stat is revealing. So 3/4 of the teachers that were surveyed have the technology. 93% of class time, however, is spent on class tasks when using game-based learning. So they have the technology, and instead of implementing different ways to go about it, they're using the same old methods that have been tried and tested and have just been kind of lazy in the school system, in my opinion. And 52% of young students have played educational games. So that's a good sign. That's a sign that things are pointing in the right direction when over half of the young students have experienced this. But I feel like it should be more, because I know for myself, when I was in elementary school, I was a visual learner, and I still am to this day. So if we were to play a game like, let's say, Kahoot, or a board game in class, it would unlock some cognitive ability that might not be there if I was just reading notes off a smartboard. Right, so the thing that's really standing out to me here is that we should be introducing these new methods of learning, because the world is adapting, but the environment around us, in the education department at least, is not. Now, I'm convinced that this is something that could work, because 91% of school-age children are familiar with the way that technology works and video games. But at the same time, you got to find a balance. And I think reading books are very important. I think studying and learning off text methods is also very important. But we cannot neglect the importance of technology in today's world. And video games are so prevalent, and pretty much every kid's got a console now. And if you do implement some sort of educational aspect with those, technologies that we do have, whether it be PS5s or whatever, or tablets or iPads, whatever it be, I'm sure that you could get through to some more kids, and they would be more willing learners in the classroom. Now, another stat in that survey is that over half of the educators that were surveyed do agree that video game-based learning should be implemented, and is something that should definitely be a major component in today's education system. Games are fun. Games are very fun, and problem-solving games are very fun as well. Now, if you put a child or a couple of children in a learning environment and give them a game and tell them, hey, figure it out, go ahead and go do this, then they're going to figure it out. And it was something that was revealed in the mantra readings as well, that if you put something that's not necessarily written on the wall for these kids in front of them, then they will go out there and figure it out themselves. And that's something that I want to stress in this video. It's super important that you let them figure things out. There's no cookie cutter method to how we should be educating each and every child, because everyone learns differently. Now, if you were to, let's say, adapt the learning for each and every student, that would be not very cost effective. It would be very hard to do. But at the same time, you should have them choose, in a sense, where just say, here, try this. It's okay if you fail. I think the biggest thing in education is that failure has resulted in punishment, and that's not okay. You're not going to be 100% right all the time ever. No one knows everything. And especially when you're a kid, you need to make mistakes and you need to figure out for yourself what works for you and what doesn't. Now, as I'll say again, the main thing is to find that balance between text and technology. And I think we're starting to trend in the right direction in that sense, but it still needs to improve. We still need to figure out what works best in today's day and age. And I think going in the technological route, is the best way to go about it. Now, I'm not saying have the kids play video games and it be all technology in the classroom, because that's not conducive to learning either, and there will be kids that get sidetracked. Now, another stat that really stood out to me here, and I'll pop it up in a second right here, is that Nielsen Media Research has found that by the time children are 16 years old, they have spent more time watching television than going to school. As a result, children are exposed to about 20,000 advertisements a year. Sorry about that. Now, that is an astronomical amount of media that you are exposed to. And I just know that today in sports, like let's say you watch sports on TV, you're going to be exposed to gambling ads, and that's all that it is today. And now I feel for the kids that are the 8-year-old kid that's watching Hockey Night in Canada that has to watch 10 Bet365 advertisements in the course of the first period. It's just ridiculous at this point, and that's one thing that's just getting shoved down our throats as we are really taking on technology and getting it implemented into our society. Now, I'm not saying let's watch TV in classroom and have them learn off advertisements. That's another downfall that could be perpetuated if we were to fully implement technology in the classroom, which is why I think it is very important that we do keep text around and that it still remains an integral part in today's education system. Now, I'll pop it up one more time here. It's just crazy to me. By the time you're 16, you spend more time watching television than going to school. It's just unbelievable. And 20,000 advertisements a year? Wow, that's just crazy. Now, I watch a lot of TV myself, and I could probably say that that's accurate. I never really thought about it that way, but it probably is the case, and it's just crazy to think about. Now, I'll say it again. It's important to find the balance, and I think that's what this video is really stressing. I've sounded like a broken record the entire time, but text is important. Reading books is important, and it's a great way to learn through written media. But at the same time, we can't discredit what our society is today, in the sense that technology runs rampant, and it's all about technology. It's all about finding shortcuts in how to do things, and that's just the way the world works. So if we find that balance and allow children to really, in a sense, implement their own thoughts and really take independence in their learning, then I think society will just be better overall for it. So thank you all for listening to this. Wasn't sure how this would turn out, but I'm really excited at the possibility of all of you watching this. So thank you so much, and have a good one.